Hey everybody, how's it going? For those of you who don't know me, I'm Carlos Fault, and I'm the owner of several businesses, but we have the Life of an Entrepreneur 444 here on YouTube, and we have Life of an Entrepreneur Facebook group, and we have a Instagram account there. But we own Bay Breeze Dive Center, which is a scuba shop here in Gulf Breeze, Florida. And we also have, let's see, we have a couple of marketing businesses. We have ClearPath Technical Consulting, which is a technical consulting business, which is IT, which we have done everything from hardware upgrades and installs for major corporations to my IT experience and career dates back 30 years plus. The first time I took an actual coding class was, believe it or not, when I was 16 in high school. I took a basic programming class and using an Apple IIe. Most of you have no clue what that is. So that was one of the first Apple computers. And nothing like what you see today. Had the big 5-inch floppy disk, and you had to put that in and boot up the computer. And then you took that out and you put a disk in to either program a program into it to use, or that had a program already written into it that would run a program. And it was pretty simple stuff. I mean, you could do a lot. You could do some accounting things of that nature. But we used to, when we were learning, yeah, okay. So everything's reversed. So when we were learning, we had to, we had to program games in. I know that was hard for a 16-year-old. But they were pretty basic games. One of them was the moon landing craft. You made it take off and come back down, and then you landed it. So I actually took that one and programmed that one in from scratch. And then after that, I went and got a Commodore 64 computer later down the road, a few years later. And just always been an IT computer guy. Although I've done other things, restaurants, retail, management, labor management, upper management. Done a lot of things, folks, and so opened several businesses. So I've been an entrepreneur and learned, the ins and out of opening a business and running a business, how to set them up. I've done it so many times. So this past year in our scuba shop, it's been a really rough year. So we have been hurting financially, and in July, our business just kind of took a dive. Economy, for the most part, our boat was not where we could use it. My captain's license was expired, so I had to get that renewed, and just got that in. I got my renewed captain's license here, guys. So that's cool. Very nice. I can do up to a 50-ton vessel with my upgrade, and so I can do that. But mainly, guys, we had a rough year, and so a little over a year ago, probably sometime in 2022, we started looking at ways to make more money. Can't get my hat straight. Ways to make more money. And so having my IT background and my web development background, my background in digital marketing and e-commerce, um, there we go. Um, the natural thing was to look online. So we did. And we looked at a variety of different things, Amazon affiliate marketing, different types of affiliate marketing, and we looked at other digital avenues, selling products. Now, I've also have owned a more than one silk screen printing shop where we did apparel and did it through sublimation technology. And so we did that. We have the sublimation set up. We also have silk screen printing equipment. The whole shop is not set up right now, but I could. And so we were looking at that, looking at selling apparel online. We did Shopify. We have our Etsy store where we're selling apparel, and that's, we've sold stuff. It's just that Etsy, when we started doing it, everybody was, oh, we were making $200,000 a year or $300,000 a year doing Etsy. Well, no, come to find out, these people we're talking about during the pandemic, or what I call the lockdown lottery that they hit, where they all of a sudden hit Etsy just at the right time, and they started making good money because everybody was buying online. There were, most people were forced to in different parts of the country, especially not necessarily here in Florida, although they tried that on us, but we just didn't fall for it. So, but yeah, a lot of people made a lot of money. And that's why I call it the lockdown lottery, because during the lockdown, these people hit it just right, and they won the and after 2021, 2022, they were getting into teaching other people how to do it, how to go in and do it, because of all the money they made, because that all of a sudden made them gurus. And not really. Okay. And look, guys, when it comes to Etsy, there are ways that you need to do things. Your SEO, setting up your titles, setting up your descriptions, listing your products, the niches that you get into, because the riches are in the niches, as they say. The niches that you get into, picking your niche. You can do a general store where you do a lot of different niches. That's what we do. How you do your products, having good quality products, your artwork and things of that nature. I know with the, since then, AI has gotten to be a huge thing. And a lot of people are using AI imaging for artwork, which, guys, you know what? I'm a little torn on that. While I see how that can be okay, I also see where AI, look, if you're not an artist, you probably don't need to be selling apparel with artwork on it. If you don't have any creative abilities or talents, you probably shouldn't be doing it, because I see people getting into it all the time that don't, and they can't understand why they can't sell anything. Now coming up with a cute phrase or something to put on a shirt, that's one thing. Putting lettering on a shirt, that's one thing. But actually coming up with designs that are cute, designs that are snazzy, that are funny, whatever, that's a little different. And so now you can go out and copy people all day long, but that's only going to go so far. So to make a long story short, all of these people got into it and they became Etsy gurus. And they're out there selling people their courses and everything for $1,500, $2,000, and their memberships where you pay them so much per month. And and it's really died down a lot. And those people are hurting. I've watched them get a little. They're all getting a little bit desperate in what they're doing. And then I've seen some of them that actually, one girl got on one time, and she's real popular, but she got on and told that she had not even actually listed anything in months. And I was like, well, how can you be an Etsy expert guru if you're not even doing it? Because this market changes. And I'm going to talk about changes here in a second. So, this podcast, guys, I'll be doing this podcast along with the newsletter and our site and coaching and mentoring. But this podcast is an extension of that, and our Facebook group. So, guys, if you want to join our Facebook group, it's very small right now. We're just building it up. It's Life of an Entrepreneur 444, and that's on Facebook. Okay. So if you want to join, please go join. And, now if you go join, please answer all the questions, because if anyone who doesn't answer all the questions won't get approved to join. Okay. Got to answer all the questions, and you have to agree to the group rules. Okay. That's just the only way we can filter out people who don't need to be there. I don't know if you know or not, or if you're aware, but everywhere on social media and on the internet scammers have gotten to be huge, a big thing. So yeah, it's one of those things where we have to filter out the people that we see. I'm trying to get my shoulder up. I don't know why I'm sitting lopsided. It's not me. So anyway, guys, so please answer all the questions if you go to join. Once I get done with this, I will put in the description. I'll actually put the the actual link to it and to our Instagram account and Facebook and that kind of thing. So you can go and join up if you want to. You can follow us. You can see what we're doing. So for this podcast, guys, I will be talking about digital marketing, and yes, I will actually talk some about Etsy. Because we've done it and we've learned quite a bit, and we do okay. I mean, we don't sell a lot. We're not making a lot of money, because it takes a lot of sales on them. Guys, don't be deceived by these so-called gurus, okay? Because they will sit there and lie to you all day long. The best of the best will sit there and lie to you all day. They will mislead you into believing that you of the best will sit there and lie to you all day. They will mislead you into believing that you can make $200,000 a year selling on Etsy, selling T-shirts and hats and whatever else. Okay, digital products, whatever. And I'm just telling you now that that's hard to do. And I'm gonna tell you, and I'll tell you something else. You sell a T-shirt on Etsy, you're gonna make somewhere between $6 and $10 per T-shirt. If you want to make $200,000 in a year, or $100,000 in a year, or even $50,000 in a year, you got to sell a lot of T-shirts. Okay, a lot of T-shirts. It takes a whole lot of T-shirts to make up, even $50,000. I mean, look, if you're looking to make $3,000-$4,000 in a year extra, okay, fine. You don't have to sell that much to do that, but you still have to sell a decent amount though. So don't be deceived about it. These people will deceive you and they will lie to you. I've watched them do it. I follow a few of them. There's one girl that I like a lot. She actually in the summertime last year kind of backed away from doing a lot of Etsy stuff. I don't see her doing much. And then she and her husband is doing a lot of network marketing stuff, and so I was on their email list, and I kindly unsubscribed from it because I didn't sign up for network marketing. I signed up for, her, tips and things on Etsy, and maybe even to join her group. I did join her Facebook group, but I didn't sign up to get a ton of stuff about network marketing. That was not my that was not my focus. Okay, I'm not. I've done network marketing in the past, years past, decades ago, and it's not my cup of tea. Okay, I don't have any desire to get out where I have to constantly recruit people in my neighborhood, in my community, or anywhere else. Excuse me, guys. Anywhere else to come have meetings all the time and try and talk people into joining and getting other people to join. That's just not me. I don't want to do that. Okay, and I'm not saying when you're doing marketing in general, that can you have to constantly sell. You have to get more customers. You have to recruit and things of that nature. But it's different. It's different because if you buy my coaching or my mentorship or my products, you bought that. That's where it begins and ends. Other than me continuing to nurture our relationship and being able to market other new products to you as we get them. Okay, there's nothing wrong with that. We do that in Scuba Shop. We do that in retail all the time, and it's done in retail all the time. If you've ever bought something from somebody, you're probably getting emails from them on a regular basis trying to sell you more stuff. That's just part of marketing. There's nothing wrong with it. They're not spamming you or scamming you. It's just they're just business owners and retail owners and businesses that are trying to cultivate more business and nurture the business they have in you. There's nothing wrong with that. Okay, when you plant seeds in a garden, that's what you do. You nurture them until they grow, and then when they start producing fruit, you nurture them even more, and you trim them back, and you do whatever you have to nurture those plants so that they give you and yield all the fruit they can, or vegetables, or whatever it is. So it's no different in marketing. You have to nurture to get as much yield out of your garden per se as you can. And there's nothing wrong with that. That's just part of it. Okay, So we're going to be talking about things of that nature. We're going to be talking about digital marketing, selling courses, coaching, mentoring, um, affiliate marketing. I don't have a problem with affiliate marketing. It's just like, unless you get into big ticket affiliate products and marketing, you are you're going to be working real hard to make money. That's why I didn't continue with my Amazon affiliate marketing, because the average product that you sell for them, you make $3 or $4. You have to sell a lot, okay, and you have to do a lot of marketing for that. So my thoughts on that is, I would rather come up with my own products and push them hard on our website and other places, and make more money off each one than I am for Amazon. Okay. Um, and just do it that way. And our e-commerce site, we've let it go, for our gear for our scuba shop, and we sell on Amazon, and we do okay. We sell fairly regularly. It's not a lot of money, because the competition on Amazon and in the scuba industry is very high, and so it's hard. um, but we do okay in it. So our e-commerce store that we used to do pretty well with, we haven't pushed it a lot, because um, I'm not doing it through Shopify. I've got a Shopify shop, which I'm probably going to change. They charge too much money, and every single app that you get that you have to have to make the shop run better, or make it to where you can drive traffic to it, costs money. And not just a little bit of money, but a lot of money. So, by the time you add 10 apps that are 15, 20, 30, $40 each, you spend some bucks. And so I use OpenCart right now for one shop, and I like it a lot. Although they've made some changes in it that's made it a little more difficult, but I like it a lot. I know a lot of people use WordPress and use the e-commerce add-on for that, but I like OpenCart. It's an OS Commerce derivative, and I know a lot of you don't know what that is, but it's just an open source. That's why it's OS Commerce, open source commerce. It's just an open source software, and it's developed, and you can configure it any way you want to. The only deal that you have with that is there are um, a few extensions that you have to get to make it function more properly, and some of those are free. But some of them are. Some of them you have to pay for them, which I don't mind doing, guys. If somebody's developing something, an extension for software, extension is just an app. It's just software that goes to your software to make it more functional. If they develop that, they spend their time with it, I don't have a problem paying that, because they deserve it. So, and guys, if you open a business, you got to come out with the attitude that some things are going to cost money, because that's what it takes to run a business and have a business. Is you need to have a business that you need to be able to spend money on your business, because if you're going to make money, it costs money to make money. That's just a fact. Um, so I don't mind spending money sometimes with Shopify. It's just that the yield is not great, and you have to have a really good brand and product line to do that, and we're not there yet. We're building up. Branding is a big thing. I know there's a new digital course out, UBC, Ultimate Branding Course, or whatever it's called. I think that's what it's called. I call it UBC. You've been conned. Sorry, but hey, look, this thing. I'm a roadmap guy. Roadmap was the first one that came out that did the master resale rights, and it's not that master resale rights was new through them. It's just that they're the first one that came out doing it through a course. And so we got it. Unfortunately, I wish we had gotten it like 6 months before, but we didn't. If we had, we'd probably be sitting pretty right now, but we didn't. So we're still trying to make up from the losses last year. So, excuse me. Got to have my Monster, guys. Love my Monster. Also, for all you roadmap people, okay, we have our roadmap apparel and cups and mouse pads and tumblers and hats and you name it. We got it. We got shirts, we got hoodies, we got sweatshirts, whatever you want with Roadmap on it. If you're selling the Roadmap, we got it. So sorry, I'm not guys. I'm used to doing things on. I've gotten used to doing things on the phone in reverse. so so now doing it on my actual webcam is hard to get used to when I start doing it. Okay, so so anyway, back to that. So we sell Roadmap stuff, and you can have it personalized with your company logo, Dadpreneur Coach. I've changed to Carlos Fault Marketing on most of my stuff. This won't change because this is still Life of an Entrepreneur. I may do a YouTube channel that has Carlos Fault Marketing on it. I don't know. Hadn't decided on that yet. So, but I've got an Instagram that has Carlos Fault Marketing. I've got a Facebook page and some other things. So Carlos Fault Marketing is what we're doing things through right now, and that is a subsidiary of ClearPath Technical Consulting. Okay. So that's our technical company, our consulting company, and that's what we're doing that under. Okay. So, but anyway, let me get back to what we're doing here. So we will be doing this, and guys, this is not just going to be me running my mouth and talking. Today, it's just me introducing myself and talking about what we're going to be doing on every podcast. I'm going to try and do this podcast at least once a week, but I'm hoping it's going to turn into a daily thing. And so we will be talking about ways to do different things in digital marketing. We're going to talk about different marketing methods, tools that you can use. Whether it be software tools or AI, different tools that we use, different tools you use for Etsy, different tools you use for research and SEO. For websites like I was just talking about, OpenCart, which is free, guys. You can go download OpenCart today, and you can set up an e-commerce site with it today. Now, my only problem with that is, can I use certain things like we've got payment gateways through that we've had on our e-commerce site for years and years with PayPal and a couple other payment gateways. So not just PayPal. We use PayPal. It's not my favorite to use, but we use it anyway. So. But right now we're using on our System.io, we're using Stripe. And System.io, guys, you're going to hear me talk about that a lot because it's become our primary tool to use for funnels, landing pages, landing pages with the funnels. We're using it for, instead of using StanStore, and I don't have a problem with StanStore necessarily, guys. It's an expense that you don't need. So we're using System.io. We're using the funnel software for doing our link in bio page instead of like LinkedIn. What's the link pages? I don't know. There's several different ones. Anyway, our link in bio page is done on System.io, and we're not doing it on StanStore. We were doing it on StanStore, but we were wasting $30 a month, and we did that for long enough. So we're going to talk about different tools that we use in digital marketing, tools that we use for automation. We use ManyChat. There's other things for email marketing and things. We're using System.io for our email marketing, which we just dropped Constant Contact after, I don't know, 20 years, something like that. So, in fact, I was just talking to another guy on here that I really like a lot. He gives a lot of information. He's really good. I'm not going to say his name yet, but guys, I don't promote people unless I have some reason to. If I'm going to promote you and your business, I need to be able to get something out of that. I'm in business to make money, and if I'm going to make you money, then I need something for that. I don't care if it's something free that you give me or if it's just a symbiotic relationship where you're sending people to me or what. I don't care. But I'm not pushing anyone else's business that does not benefit us. I've done that too much over the years. I've done that with the scuba shop. I've got some local businesses here that I have seriously pushed a lot of businesses their way. And do you know what I get back in return? Zip. Okay. I'm not doing that anymore. And not only that, these are people that when they have the opportunity to send somebody to us for our scuba business, they don't. Oh, they appreciate all the business we're giving them, but they're not sending anything to us. Okay. For whatever reason, they've got another shop that they like, or, that they're used to doing with. I don't know. I don't care. Their buddy's an instructor somewhere else. I don't care. Doesn't matter to me. What matters to me is that you're not sending anything to me, or I'm not getting any money. I'm not getting any affiliate commissions or anything for sending you anything to your business. So I don't do it anymore. We've made our mind up. We've been nice and nice and nice and nice, and we've been a blessing to other people, and we want to be a blessing to people, and that's one of the things that we do. So one of the things we tell people in this that we do is that we want to help people. We want to be a blessing to other people, and so that's one of our goals. But at the same time, other businesses, I'm not promoting your business or your products for free. I'm not doing it. I'm not going to do it. So you want to join with me, and I've got a lot of friends and followers and various social media. And if you want to get the benefit of me pushing people to you, then I need something for that. I've got to have some benefit out of that. And that I'm just being honest and straight about it. Okay. That's the way we've come to decide that we're going to be. Not because we don't like helping people, but we do, but we like helping us. We have a family. We have bills to pay, a lot of bills to pay. And, and if I'm going to help you pay your bills, you need to be helping me pay my bills. So, my wife and I work really hard. We work, 12, 15 hours a day. We're exhausted a lot. In fact, I need to be at the dive shop right now, and I'm not. Because I wanted to get on and do this and introduce ourselves. So guys, be looking out for the podcast. Our podcast is not just going to be me running my mouth. Of course, I'll be talking because it's a podcast. Duh. But I am going to be sharing how-tos, how to do things in digital marketing. I'm going to be sharing some tips and techniques. And it's not going to be, guys, it's not going to be the typical if you do these 3 things, you can make $10,000 a month or $10,000 a week. I'm seeing that more and more from these new people coming into digital marketing. These people coming in to buy and sell courses just to be buying and selling courses. Most of them aren't even going through the courses. And then this new, You've Been Kind course that's out, UBC, You've Been Kind. The You've Been Kind course that's out, I see the people that are doing it. One of them in particular, he's making all these income claims, which I know are just not true. Guys, I'll tell you something. I see people in this that have been doing this for months and months and months and months and not even made a sale. And they're doing all the right things. And they're doing the same thing that this clown came in a few weeks ago and says he's doing. And he's up here saying, oh, in 3 weeks now, and he started out at $6,000 that he's made in a week and a half. And now it's up to, after 3 weeks, he says he's made almost $13,000. Doing the same thing that all these other people have been doing because he's doing faceless marketing. And that's what he's pushing. And you know what? He's probably getting followers and might have even made a sale because he's telling people that. Because people are kind of foolish and they want to follow people and buy from people just because they make income claims. Guys, really, don't. One, most of the people that are making these huge claims are lying. Two, that's not a reason to follow somebody. And it's not a reason to buy from them. You want to buy from somebody, go buy from somebody who needs the money. Seriously. And don't buy from somebody that tells you you're going to make $10,000 in a week or a month if you do certain things. Don't. All right? Don't do that. That's just foolish. Hang on a second, guys. We got ice cream truck is coming through. but we're going to miss it. So can't stop my podcast for an ice cream truck. Although I would like to, but I can't. So, oh, I'm sorry my daughter's not in here going, "Hey, Dad." Of course, she's not little. She's little to me, but she's 18 now, so she's still my baby. So, if any of you have kids that are grown, you understand. You know, my son will be 39 this month, and yeah, he's still my baby. So even though he's bigger than me, he's taller than me. So, but he's still my baby. So, and she's my baby. She'll always be my baby. She's my little baby. So, so that's moms and dads, you guys understand. So they grow up way too fast. So cherish it while they're little. And you can hold them, and they come to you, and they want to be around you instead of when they get to be teenagers and all of a sudden they don't want to be around you anymore. So sad. Of course, they'll deny that, but it's the truth. They spend most of their time away from you and don't want to be close to you, and it's kind of sad. It hurts a little bit as they grow and get away from you, but it's part of growing up a little to a degree. So I told them, don't try and grow up too fast. Don't, because mine are 20 years apart, and don't grow up too fast, because when you get grown, it's no more fun, and responsibilities don't stop. Right now, you can not have too many responsibilities, and you can find your way and enjoy life, but once you get out and you get on your own and start paying bills for a place to live, and that's it. It starts then, and it doesn't stop. Now you can always, with me, my kids can always come back home. Even my almost 40-year-old, they can come back home. Although he's got a child, and he's got a wife, and we got my granddaughter. She's 9, but still, you know, things don't go backwards. So he keeps going forward, and you get more and more responsibilities, and that daily grind starts. So that's one of the things about the digital marketing that's so cool, is people, they can start making a new way, making money from home, and have a new way to live where they're not in slavery all the time to a 9 to 5 job. Now, look, guys, I don't care what anybody says. You always work for somebody. You do. You can call it working for yourself all day long, but we work for our customers. We always work for our customers. They're always there. They always have needs. They always need us to do something, and that kind of thing. So we work for our customers all the time. So don't think that just because you're 18, 19, 20, 21, 22 years old, that all of a sudden you've arrived. Because I know everybody wants to get out on their own, and be on their own and do their own thing, and that I get that. I understand. I did too. Look, guys, I moved out when I was 17. I won't get into why I did. There were reasons for it, but um, you know, the thing is that I've been working my whole life now. I've been scrimping and having to try and make a living my whole life, and it's a never ending thing once you start it. So and after I moved out, yeah, I did move home for a short time there when I went through a divorce, and it was a tough time in my life. And I'm thankful Mom was there, because couldn't have moved in with Dad. Unfortunately, I love my dad, but things just weren't that way. So yeah, I moved back in with Mom one time for a little while, when I'd gone through a divorce and was struggling, and life was pretty hard. So once you grow up, guys, that's it. Once you start that trek out into making your own way, that's it. You got to make your own way. So doesn't mean Mom and Dad aren't there to help some. Although both my mom and dad are gone now, unfortunately, and you miss them. And so Christina's mom, my wife, her mom passed away just a couple of months before my mom did, or a month before my mom did. So, she's got her dad, but uh, he's not much of a support for her. So, a phone call or two, and something for our daughter for Christmas and birthday, and that's it. So, it's which is all at the same time because she's a December baby. So, but yeah, not much support from him. So she knows how I feel. I don't want to get into that because I love my wife, but and I feel bad for her because she didn't get the best deal when it came to parents and having parents there. So, and it's unfortunate, very unfortunate, or grandparents for her either. So me either. So, we have some similar struggles there with not having support from people in our lives that should be supporting. So her grandparents didn't, and um, yeah, her mom tried to. She just, she had her own ideas, and then, but her dad doesn't. So yeah, he didn't even come to our wedding. So can't say much about that. Don't want to get into that. And she's going to see this. She's not going to like it, but hey, got to tell the truth. So um, yeah, don't want to talk about that. That's my opinions about it, and I know it hurts her. She doesn't feel good about it, so we won't talk about it anymore. But anyway, guys, yeah, when you grow up, you grow up. So, starting another business. Excuse me. Starting a business, making money online. There's various ways to do it. We're going to be getting into those subjects. We're going to get in, guys. We're going to get into how to start a business in general. Okay, whether it's a brick and mortar business or a digital business, they're going to be different in some ways on things like how you set them up and because everybody thinks that you have to set up an LLC. I don't know where that got to be such a huge deal, but everybody, somebody out there started this little deal where you got to go set up an LLC. And I'm sorry, guys, but that's just not true. You don't have to set up an LLC. As a matter of fact, in a lot of cases, an LLC is not the best thing to set up. So, and we're going to talk about a lot of stuff like that. And I'm going to try to get a day when I can actually go and sit down with our personal attorney and interview him and get some ideas for you guys. So I haven't talked to him about it yet, but I'm going to. But he is one of the nicest people in the world. We love him to death, and he's really been a blessing to us. And so I want to do a little interview with him, 30 minutes if he can spare the time, and get him to give some insight into setting up a new business. In what you should do, shouldn't do, and whether LLCs are really necessary or guys, we operate one company out of a business out of a sole proprietorship. Do you know why? Because it's easy. Am I missing some tax benefits? No, it's just harder to do taxes at the end of the year because you have to take your personal and your business expenses and separate them. But guys, you got to do that in a business anyway. Okay, you got to. We have separate checking account and stuff for all that. So but you've got to separate your expenses from your business and your personal anyway. You got to do that anyway. So nothing about that changes. Nothing about that changes. But whether in a sole proprietorship, the only difference, like I said, the only difference is how you end up doing your taxes within a year. But you still have all the deductions and everything. You may even have more. I don't know. I'd have to really look at that. And then an LLC, the idea that an LLC automatically protects you from any type of liability is just not true. It's not true, guys. It's not. It's not true at all. You have to have certain things in place in your company and how you do things with yourself and employees to protect you. Otherwise, a lot of stuff, a lot of your assets, your personal assets, are still fair game, because you have to make sure that you prove to the courts that your assets are separate from your business, that it is a legitimate business, even if you have an LLC set up. So there's ways to do that through setting yourself up as an employee and having more than one employee, having two or more. There's a lot of little things you need to learn about that. Now, and I'm not giving legal advice, guys. Don't get me wrong. I'm not giving legal advice. I'm not an attorney, but I'm just telling you what's been told to us over the years. And so you have to get legal advice, especially in different states and different places. Corporations are set up a little bit different in different states. They're set up through different entities. So you need to get with an attorney in your state. You can go to places like LegalZoom and get stuff. Although I would recommend find somebody local that can be there for you for anything you need. Like our attorney, he's awesome here, and he's helped a lot of people. So, but guys, an LLC is not an automatic, and it's not automatically protecting you. We dropped our LLC 2 years ago, 2.5 years ago, and we started an S corporation, which we have had before. And that gave us different benefits. And we set our company up so we still have protections. And then, I see people, oh, well, I've got to have an LLC so I can get my liability insurance when they're selling courses online. All right, guys, I've been doing this a long time. Okay, I've had employees and contractors that I hired that went into facilities. I've had offices. I've got a retail shop where people come into it. Okay, those are situations where I have to have liability insurance. Selling you a course online is not a liability situation. It's not. I don't need liability insurance to sell you a digital course. I don't. Unless it's telling you to go and do acrobatics and things that will hurt you, that might apply. But just telling you how to go in and do digital marketing and teaching you how to do it is not a situation for liability. I'm not liable for anything, because we're making no claims that you're going to buy that course and you're going to be able to do anything, because you're only going to be able to do what you do. That means that you have to actually get out and do something. You have to go through the course. You have to do what it tells you to do. You have to act in good faith. Okay? Whether you make money or not is really strictly up to you. And that's, again, I see people out here that have been doing it for months and months. Unfortunately, some of them were ghosted by the people they bought from. That means that the people that they bought their course from has not helped them at all. So they're not making money. Is it their fault? Not necessarily. No. You know whose fault it is? It's the fault of people who sold them, and the people out there that are telling people that all you have to do is go and make 3 reel posts a day and whatever else on Instagram or TikTok, and you're going to make $10,000 a month. It's their fault, because they're not telling them the truth. They're not telling them what they actually need to do to make money. They're not. They're not telling them all those things. And that's what it requires. It requires mentors. So people who buy the roadmap from us or any other course that we have, they get mentorship. If you need help while you're going through the course, we're going to help you. Pretty simple. We're going to help you. Am I going to spend 5 hours a day with you? No. No. I can't afford to do that. Okay. If you need that kind of help, where you've got to have that much help, then we have okay, we have private mentorship, private coaching, that you can pay me to do that. reasonably. I'm not one of these, it's $250 an hour because I know so much information that I can give you. So no, that's not us, guys. Is there information that we have out there that, we're sharing with people? Yeah. Do I have a lot of experience and is it worth something? Yes, it is. My experience, my knowledge is worth something. Am I going to charge you $100 an hour? Probably not, depending on what you need and what I have to do. Okay, so there are things that you'll have. If it gets to a point where I need to, I'll say, hey, look, you know what? We're at a point where I'm spending a lot of time with you. Okay. And, I've got to be paid for that because my time is my time and I've got to make a living. Okay. Same thing we do with scuba. If you're going through a scuba class and you're not getting it, and I've got to spend one-on-one time with you outside of the group class, and I've got to do an extra pool session, maybe 2 pool sessions, and this, that, and the other, then you got to pay more, because it's my time. And that takes me away from doing other things at the shop or in class. So you got to pay me more. And we're not killing anybody on cost. That's not the point. The point is to pay for my time. And time is valuable, very valuable. So that's the whole point. The point is to pay for my time, nothing more. Okay. So, yeah, if you need that kind of help, we have things that we can do for mentoring, where you can pay for the time. You can pay it in a bulk rate, or you can pay it by the hour. If we're doing, bulk rate, you're obviously going to get a little bit of a discount on it. If you're doing it by the hour, it's going to cost you a little more. And, and we'll get you taken care of. We're not here. We hate seeing people get ghosted, and we hate seeing people that have paid $500 for a course and they don't know what to do. We hate seeing people that paid $500 for a course and then they're out there trying to sell and they can't make any money because they weren't taught what to do properly. They weren't told which things they need to do first. They weren't told. I'm doing a series right now, and you're going to see this on the next podcast, of seasons. So just like in life, guys, and if you go to my Carlos Fault marketing Instagram page, or you'll see it later on TikTok too, my Instagram page, you're going to see the last reel that I put out, and it's about seasons. We have different seasons in our lives. We have seasons in our personal lives. We have seasons in our spiritual lives. And guys, we have seasons that are in our business. And that's in different ways. Okay. So we have seasons in our business, and actually how we set them up and that kind of thing, but also in the marketing of our business. Because when you start a business, remember I said that I wish I had started the roadmap 6 months earlier, a year ago? I do. Because that was prime season. People that started out in the roadmap, it hit hard. And people, they started making money. For 6 months, they were knocking it dead. They were killing it, making money. And so that was a season, and so since December, I'm seeing some people really struggle. Even the people that were making money struggling. Okay. Since December, we've been in a different season. That season is a slow season for business in general, except for certain niches. Remember, the riches are in the niches. All right. So for some niches, it was a good time. So if you were in an Etsy niche where you were selling products, especially stuff that were oriented for gifts for Christmas, you had an uptick. And then if you were in a hunting, outdoorsy thing for hunting, you got an uptick there in the fall and in the winter. So for you, it's a good time of year. And then at Christmas, you got an even more of an uptick. Okay. And then if you're in a fitness business, right after Christmas, you have the first of the year. What do people do after the first year? They start working out. They start making, their New Year's Eve commitment to go and losing weight and getting in better shape for the next year. So fitness people start making money at that time. So that's an uptick with them. But other people, okay, retail slows down first of the year even more. Um, if you're in the car business, probably slowed down. If you're in regular retail, probably slowed down. If you're selling digital products, it slowed down. I can tell you for a fact it slowed down. I saw it. All right, a lot of people, it slowed down for them because people didn't have any money. People spent money on Christmas. They spent money on vacations during Christmas break, and they were all of a sudden out of money. They didn't have money to go spend $300, $400, $500 on a course. They didn't have money to go spend on, your training or your coaching or anything like that. They didn't. So you see where there was a season there, and that season is on through middle of this month, probably until April, when it starts to really start picking back up again. Okay, and guys, we've had a bad economy. That's another season all by itself. Having a bad economy, a tough economy, is another season. Election year this year hurts the economy too. It makes the economy, it's a shaky economy. It makes the economy unsure. Hopefully things will change in January and November, but if not, we're looking at a really bad deal. So yeah, sorry. The guys, digital marketing, the digital economy and guys, I'm going to go an hour with this and then I'm off. Okay. We're going to see that by 2029, 2030, it's going to go from a $500 billion economy to a $1.5 trillion economy. That's huge, huge. All right. Now, digital marketing itself is not that big, but the digital economy is. There's a difference in the two. Okay. Digital marketing is up in the billions, and it's probably gonna quadruple or more in the next couple of years. It is, according to Forbes. Now you got some clowns out there that are putting out some information, and they got it from the You've Been Conned new course, that digital marketers, that profession, that the average salary, kind of a weird term for doing things in your own business, but the average salary is $177,000 a year, and they say that it's $14,000 a month, and you can work 2 to 3 hours a day and make $14,000 a month. Probably not. At least not at first. Now I know some systems you can put in place, and I've got one of my mentors. She has done that. She has a system that she developed over the last 7-8 years where she actually does spend 2 to 3 hours a day, and she makes really good money. She makes $40,000 a month, $60,000 a month, $80,000 a month on a regular basis. She can walk away from her business and go on vacation for 2 weeks and still be making that money because she's got it automated. She's got her systems in place. All right. Businesses are built on systems, not strategies. All right. And I'm a big strategy guy. I am. I'm a big strategy guy. The house. The system is the inner workings and how to build the house. The roof is just there to cover it. The strategy. All right. So you need to have a solid system in place. And that's what we teach, guys, just so you know. That's what we're going to be doing here on these podcasts, is relaying information. Now, we're not going to teach you everything on a podcast. If you want to learn, you can come and pay us for our knowledge and our experience. But we're going to be teaching some stuff that's going to help you. And that's the whole point, because we do want to help people. But we still have to make a living, right? Okay. No offense here, but we've got to make a living. It's just a fact of reality. So we will be sharing knowledge and information so that you can learn. Okay. That's what this podcast is going to be about. That's what this YouTube, and we're going to have YouTube videos we're going to put up that are going to be outside the podcast. We'll be recording some shorts and some things that you can learn different things from it. We're going to be sharing some information with you on business and how to set up a business, especially focused on the digital marketing world. Okay, we'll be our one of our focus, our center will be on that. So whether it's affiliate marketing, digital marketing in general, Etsy, even we'll even talk about Amazon and some of the things. We're going to talk about courses that you can sell, low ticket courses, high ticket courses, the differences in the two. We're going to talk about some different courses. We're actually going to do some reviews on some things, and we'll have some people on here to help with that. We'll have some other sellers on here that can help to review some of the courses that they've seen. There's been some problem with one of the courses that got real popular there, which was the Simply Passive. There's been some turmoil there. So, and unfortunately, the creators, made a lot of their customers mad, and shame on them. They did some things that were kind of sketchy, and now they've hurt themselves really badly. And guys, look, when you hurt your brand, you hurt your brand. It's hard to recover from that. When you make people understand that they can't trust you, then it's not good, not good at all. So quick story before I get off here. There are people out there that offer freebies, all right, to get you on their email list. And I don't have a problem with that. I'm willing to swap for a freebie so I can learn something. I like to learn. Swap for a freebie to get on your email list. And if I'm on your email list, I give everybody an opportunity. So when I start getting emails from you, I give you the opportunity to send me some content that's worth something, and I'll let you send me several emails. But if I keep getting content that's not worth anything, or you're just trying to sell me $1,000 or $2,000 course, I'll unsubscribe. Okay. I'm not spending that much money on a course right now. I don't have it. So, but even if I did, I probably wouldn't. It'd have to be a really good course. So, but there are a few people that are offering courses, or not courses, offering freebies that are on Canva. And most freebies on Canva are documents or templates or things that you can go and save. Okay. But I've gotten a few recently that were on Canva that you had to actually have up all the time, or keep going back to the link so it would open it up in Canva, because you can't save it in your Canva. Okay. I don't want that. And what you're doing is you're instilling in your potential customer that you don't trust them. So why should they trust you? You can't trust them to give them a document that tells them some valuable information. You're just going to show it to them. You're going to let them look at it, right? You're just going to let them look at it just for a little bit. Okay. But I'm not going to trust you to download it. I'm not going to trust you to keep it on your Canva. No, I made that. It's valuable. You can't have that. Okay. That's foolish. That is foolish. It's the dumbest thing that I've seen anybody do. Because you are telling your customers or potential customers that you don't trust them, that you can't give them something of value. They have to buy from you. Well, good for you. You don't need my business. You don't need their business. So guys, when you see people like that, walk away. Walk away, because that's a telltale sign of how they're going to treat you from then on, the whole time. That's the way it's going to be all the time. So just walk away. You don't need that. You don't need that aggravation in your life. You don't need people like that in your life. You need people who are offering value to you. people who know the value they're offering you and that were charging a fair price for it. And they're not so chintzy and so cheap and so they're not such that they can't even let you have a document. I don't care because I saw them. They're not anything. It's nothing that I have to have. Nothing. I've got tons of stuff. I make my own stuff. I write courses. I write. Sorry. I looked at it. I don't even read them. I got into them. I was like, oh, well, that's the same thing I see with everybody else. Oh, ChatGPT made that. A lot of that going around. Okay. I'll tell you on the next podcast about ChatGPT and how we actually use it. Okay. And how we use AI in general. Okay. I'll tell you all about that. We'll talk about that on the next one. We'll talk about seasons in your business, in your life. We'll talk about tools. We'll talk about pivoting and refocus. We're going to talk about pivoting, refocusing, and retooling. All right. Because of seasons. All right. We'll talk about it on the next podcast. Catch me next time, guys. I may do the first one tonight at 8 p.m. Central Time. All right. So look out for it. I'll hopefully be back. Thanks, guys. Enjoyed it.